Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 premium SPG that most people know as a leFhy or a leaf blower, and we know as Fifi la Pew Pew because she's French and she pews a lot at the enemy. This one's on the southeast spawn of Mountain Pass under the command of Anisoptera. And as usual, yes, Wargaming has screwed up the client. I'm not the only one who's noticed this. PR154 has actually spotted it as well. When he tries to play a replay that starts kind of late into the countdown, then it doesn't replay properly with the sound. And yes, Wargaming constantly screwing up their clients and making the game difficult for people to play, or at least difficult for them to watch again. Well, this little Arty's got a 105mm light field howitzer, a German howitzer. It's mounted on top of a Char B1, which was a Butte Panzer, a prize Panzer, a captured Panzer. In fact, a French one, Char B1. We're dialing in on an M4A1. Rounds out. Oh my gum! Oh, the shell hit the engine of that M4A1, set him alight, and he burned to death in seconds. That was a one-shot kill. Oh my god, that was an incredible shot. Well, one round of ammunition used, one tank destroyed. Rounds out. Yes, another direct hit. Anisoptera is getting some great shots on the enemy. Now, he did tell me in this battle, actually, he got quite a few compliments from his teammates for some of the shots he actually fired. And you can see the incoming fire from the enemy, Arty. Trying to look around for another target, but unfortunately, at the moment, he's not seeing much. I think this position, it's not exactly compromised, but it's not actually yielding a lot of targets that he can shoot at. And yeah, that Jax is fairly safe because he's in the Western Pass and the mountain protects him. But there are some tanks coming down the bridge road, and he can certainly hit them, and he's dialing in on the Excelsior. I keep your aim on that one and just keep pumping shells on that spot because I don't think he's moving from there. Okay, you can't get shots on the T-37. He's just too close and the mountain's in the way. But I think that Excelsior's back in view again. And there goes our Excelsior killing theirs, and there's their one. He didn't move very far. Rounds out. Another direct hit for 125. Looks like it tracked him. He's getting damage assist out of this one. He fires another one in. Oh, another direct hit, this time on the side of the tank. You can actually see the marks where the shells went in. Rounds out. Try to go for a blind shot there. Now you can see Anisoptera has actually loaded quite a few armor-piercing rounds. He must be anticipating that he's going to have to do a lot of close-in work on the enemy. The only thing about the armor-piercing rounds, you have to get direct hits to make them work, but they can be quite effective once you've got a stationary target. If you're wondering, Anisoptera means dragonfly, yes. The breed of insects, which are absolutely enormous. If you've ever seen one, you'll never forget it. They are just literally huge insects, almost the size of small birds, or big birds actually sometimes. And they are the incredible killers. They actually kill insects, and they go after small birds sometimes as well. They go after quite a few creatures, but they really have got a much more effective killing rate than just about any other creature on the planet. Oh, that was a direct hit. I think he hit the Excelsior there. Yes, dragonflies are known to score. I think it's 1 in every 3 flights they actually go. They will actually kill something. They're the most amazing flying animals. They literally are. They zap around the place at high speed. They stay hovering just for a second, just to observe something. And then they swoop in quickly, grab whatever it is, and away they go again. Yes, I was actually at my university when I first saw my first dragonfly. I was down by the lakes. We had a set of lakes near the university, and I was actually down by the lakes taking a walk, just taking in life in general, and there I saw a dragonfly killing insects, and oh my god, the rate at which it did it. I mean, it was an amazing sight to see. I thought it was a bird originally when I first saw it, but I thought, how can a bird be hovering like that? And nope, suddenly realized it wasn't a bird. That was definitely a dragonfly. Anyway, they're having a good game so far. And the unfortunate thing is that enemy Excelsior is headed this way towards our camp. And I have the feeling that Anisoptera has decided that the best thing he can do for the moment is actually to move either towards the enemy cap or to take a defensive position so he can actually shoot at the enemy when they come into the cap area. Now, he does have a 390 meter view range, and from this area here, he can shoot at the enemies when they come into the cap and then retreat back down the hill if necessary for cover. Also got to remember he's an Arty, so even if he actually catches sight of the enemy, he can back down the hill and shoot the shells up over the lip of the hill into the enemy. So he doesn't actually have to have line of sight of them. He can actually take a look and then pull back and then use his view of the previous position of the enemy. Okay, somebody's gone into the cap area. And there he is. It's the Excelsior. Now, he's going to line up a shot. Wait for the guy to go stationary. There we go. He's silly. He's going to get smacked. Now, we don't have to fire straight away. We can actually wait for a reset so we've got enough defense points. Looks like our guys are getting reset at the other end. Okay, he does a reset there. The Excelsior probably did see us. Yeah, he hits us in the tracks. Going to put another one into him. And this time around, the Excelsior does penetrate us, so we need to back away. But Anisoptera has decided to carry on. And oh, that was a big hit, and there goes the kill. And we've won. We've killed all the enemy team. Here's the end of the first replay, and that was only a third-class tanker for Anisoptera in the 105 leFH18B2, but he did get congratulated by his team and complimented because, of course, he got that reset, which enabled them to win, because the enemy was way ahead on capping, whilst our guys were capping at the other end. He also got an arsonist because he set light to that M4A1, and it burned to death with one shot, as well as a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he ended up with 7. His win rate from the battle, 2,439, which is very good indeed, just short of Unicum standard. Let's have a quick look at team score. You can see in this, on damage, the highest scorer was the enemy Fifi, who did 1,700 hit points. So he was very effective, but he didn't get a high caliber because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. The second highest damage went to the MT25 on our team with 1,568. The third highest damage went to the enemy T67 with 1,308. We can see that Anisoptera actually did the third highest damage on his team, but not the third highest damage overall, because there were 3 enemy players who actually scored more damage than he did, which puts him in 6th place overall. He managed to get 1,144 hit points, but of course they were crucial hit points because, of course, he reset that Excelsior and stopped him from capping. The Matilda, by the way, got a Pascucci, so he obviously killed 2 enemy Arties at the other end of the map. When it came to kills, it was the Matilda. The Black Prince got 5 kills in that game. 4 kills went to the Hellcat on our team, 3 kills went to the enemy Fifi, and we can see that Anisoptera only got the 1 kill in that game. That was the M4A1 that he burned to death. And when it came to base XP, he's, well, a little further down the table again, 6th place on XP. 847 went to the Matilda, 835 went to the MT25, 693 went to the Achilles, and we can see that Anisoptera got 641. The battle didn't last very long, but it was a win for them, because they managed to wipe out all of the enemy. The Excelsior was wiped out at capping at their end, and of course all the enemy that tried to get the resets were killed at the other end. 21 shots fired, 8 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetration, of course that was the M4A1, went straight through his engine deck and set him alight. 9 was splashed as well, 1,144 hit points, of which 877 were at more than 300 meters, so you can see a fair amount of damage was done at close range on the Excelsior. 3 hits received, 2 of them were penetrations, 1 non-penetration. The Excelsior fired 2 rounds which actually did penetrate the armor on the Fifi, but 1 round actually hit the tracks, so that's why he blocked 1. Damaged 4 of the enemy, killed 1, did 63 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 32,961 credits from that game, and after repair, ammunition, respawn, consumables, made a profit of 9,585 credits. 961 XP, 385 for this being a premium tank, and 1,346 experience points altogether. So yes, his team actually were very pleased with him in this battle because he did effectively help them to win by stopping the enemy capping. He got that nice reset a couple of times on the Excelsior. I think he was actually trying to let the Excelsior stay in the cap so he could get a defender medal, but after he realized that it was necessary because the Excelsior was trying to go for cover, then he had to start the resets. But it worked very, very nicely indeed. And of course, Anisoptera got that lovely shot on the M4A1, a one-shot kill, and his first shot of the game right onto the engine deck. He let it dial in before he shot, and it worked perfectly. So we've got 2 replays for you from Anisoptera. Let's have a look at the second one. In this game, Anisoptera's on the south spawn of Ghost Town, and we've got engine noises, yes! Luckily, the replay started at the right point, and we actually get to hear the engines as well. Now, Arty players tend to play this map in a variety of different ways. You want to either be able to shoot up the east side of the map or up the west side. From this position, Anisoptera is a little exposed to enemy tanks that happen to be out in the field, but he can get shots on that Striv 74, who's in the town centre. Well, it's not quite in the town centre, but he's on the edge of it. Rounds out. Looks like he was not the only Arty who was thinking of firing in that direction. There's 3 Arty on either side, and as we know with the latest statement by Wargaming, we won't be seeing many Arty games with 3 Arty in from now on. They, instead of nerfing Arty, or they have nerfed Arty. Oh, he did get a hit there for 421. That's a penetrating shot on the Striv 74. Yes, Wargaming decided that now they're going to actually reduce the amount of Arty in the game instead of nerfing Arty, but they're still nerfing Arty regardless. They're nerfing the M44 and making it much more difficult to generate any profit. In fact, what they're doing is destroying the M44 as a game piece. People just simply won't play it because it won't be generating any profit. And so effectively, once it's been destroyed, nobody will play the American lines anymore because they won't go through the M44 to go up to the higher tier Arty. So Wargaming are absolutely destroying their own game, and Wargaming should know that Arty players are so upset that they're stopping playing Arty generally. In fact, they're stopping playing the game generally. So Wargaming are actually making it more likely that people will go and play other games altogether. And I've seen a few World of Tanks players now playing War Thunder because, of course, they're fed up with Wargaming constantly nerfing their game. So Wargaming, you know, if you want people to leave your game, just say so, and we'll do so. But if you keep nerfing Arty, we will leave the game. But we'll do so of our own choices, and we won't tell you. You'll just notice that all of a sudden there's very few people playing your game anymore. And I think you should realise that Arty is being very, very useful, not just in the game at the moment, and you should be taking note of that. People always say, oh, Arty should not be in the game at all. But the fact of the matter is, it does have a very significant effect upon the game in general. Okay, we've got a gorilla at the other end of the map. Right at the other end of the map. He's right up against the edge. He's trying to defend himself at the moment, which means that he's stationary. And that's a direct hit, wiping him out. So, first kill for Anisoptera is a direct hit on the gorilla. There's 3 enemy Arty. The other one is a FV304 and a Fifi. We've located an SU-100. Trying to work out where the guy's going. Okay, stationary. Oh, we fired that one in and pulled back to have a look and see where the shell was going to fall. I know some people do like to pull back after they shoot, and that you don't want to pull back too far, otherwise people can't see what happens to the shell. You need to be able to see what actually happens. If it hits the target, there'll be no explosion, and you need to be able to see that. But if you pull back too far that you can't even see that, then there's no point in doing the replay. And I have to remind somebody else about that just recently. Please do not pull back so far that we can't see what's going on, because if you do, there will be no replays. Oh, direct hit kills the FV304, and there's only one Arty left. It's the Fifi. He's one of only 2 enemies remaining, and he's stationary as well. We're fully dialed in. Rounds out. Oh, and a kill shot. That's a counter battery. That means there's only 1 enemy remaining. It's the SU-100, the other one. He's hiding somewhere over here. The whole of the team is converging on this area. Somewhere behind that ship, we believe. And he's just been located, and he was ammo-racked by our box tank. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a 3rd class tanker for Anisoptera in the 105 leFH18B2. He managed to get a counter battery fire medal after taking out all 3 enemy SPGs, the gorilla, the FV304, and of course the Fifi, and he got the FV304, the Burt, with a blind shot. He knew generally whereabouts he was parked, but he fired 1 shell in, it went straight through his armor and wiped him out. And he got a bruiser as well for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7 in this one. And his win rate was much better than the previous game, 2,946, which is Unicum standard this time. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he was. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game, but he was better on performance this one. The box tank got the highest damage with 1,228, but that wasn't enough for a high caliber because it was below 20% of the enemy hit pool. Second highest damage went to the Cromwell with 1,197, and the 3rd highest damage went to Anisoptera, and he was only just a little way behind that Cromwell. He managed to get 1,179. When it came to kills, it was shared between the box tank and Anisoptera. Both got 3 kills apiece, and so did the SU-100, the last enemy left alive in that game. And in second place, you could say, is the SU-100. He got 2 kills, and so did the gorilla on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, we can see that it's actually 4th place for Anisoptera. The box tank got 742. The M44 also picked up a Confederate and got 670. And the T-34 got 662, with Anisoptera only a short distance behind again with 646. He fired 21 rounds in this game, less than half his ammo. Did 8 direct hits on the enemy and 4 penetrations. Yes, we can see those straight away. He penetrated the gorilla, that kill shot right at the end. He penetrated the FV304. He penetrated the enemy Fifi right at the end of the game. And of course, he penetrated that Striv 74 for 601 hit points. In fact, I think that was actually 2 shots because, yes, he did hit him twice. And the second shot was the one that actually killed him. Anyway, going back to the detail, we can see he also got 5 splashes on the enemy as well. 1,179 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. damaged 6 of the enemy, killed 3, did 246 hit points of damage assistance. That's where he tracked somebody and they then got subsequently hit by his teammates. 33,564 credits from the game, and after ammunition, resupply and consumables took away a profit of 10,876 credits. He got 25 bonds for completing a daily mission, and 969 XP plus 388 for this being a premium vehicle took away 1,357 experience points altogether. So not bad play actually. The Ghost Town game with the counter battery where he took out all Artys, and of course the previous one on Mountain Pass where he got complimented by his teammates, and of course he got that marvellous shot on the M4A1, the first shot of the game, and took out an enemy tank straight away. Yeah, you don't often get those, but when they do happen, it's very, very nice. Has happened to me. I've used the blind shot kill on the spotting bush on Malinovka with a BP, aimed it for the spotting bush, fired the shell in, and there was a Type 64 waiting there for the shell to arrive, and he was killed with the first round. And yes, so it does happen, but not as spectacularly as Anisoptera's kill shot to the engine bay of a M4A1, which then set it alight and burned it to death. Very, very good indeed. If you enjoyed those replays, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.